is here, and Supervisor Shakur will be here momentarily. He is on his way. If everyone could please rise, I will call this organizational meeting to order. And then we will ask our Pastor Melvin Hargrove if he will step up and lead us in the opening prayer, please.
Yep, there we go. Thank you for this privilege of being able to pray for you on this night. Let us pray. Eternal and almighty and all-wise God, your word has established a command for us to pray for our leaders so that we may all live a peaceful life. So I beseech you now, as sovereign God, over us all, to place your hand upon this body of lawmakers here as they begin to deliberate and discuss all that has to happen here in this county that will impact the lives from the poorest of us also to the most affluent. I also pray for your hand of wisdom upon them as they govern over the affairs of this county, as well as your hand of compassion as they remember the lives they are impacting with every vote. Give them the vision they need to move this county forward. Then give them courage, conviction, compassion, and integrity to do what is right in your sight first and foremost, and then what is right as a governing body. Because so much is going on in this place, help them, Father, to remember your son's words when he said, "Whatever is done to the least of your children is done unto me." I thank you now for them and for their commitment to serve the people of Racine as their representatives. And I pray now that you will bless them and keep them, that you would cause your face to shine upon them and be gracious unto them. I pray that you will lift up your countenance upon them and give them as well as keep them in your peace. In Jesus' great name I do pray. Amen.
And now the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, I would like to invite our Honorable Judge Timothy Boyle to come to the podium to administer the oath of office to the incoming county board.
Is that better? Yeah. Well, I'm kind of used to speaking up because, you know, in the courtroom, sometimes the county doesn't provide a good enough budget so that our sound system works effectively. So I've learned to kind of speak up. All kidding aside, all kidding aside. All right. Hey, could I have you all please rise? Just those that are getting sworn in. If you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name, having been elected to the office of designate your office in and for the county of Racine, but have not yet entered upon the duties thereof, solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin, and will faithfully discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations and Godspeed, everyone. Thank you, Judge. You bet.
And our Supervisor Shakur has just entered, so we will mark him as present. Supervisor Shakur, could I ask you to take your oath quickly with Judge Boyle? Sorry, I was trying to talk a little more slowly, but it's going quicker than I thought. So. In the meantime, I will ask the rest of the county board supervisors if you could please sign both copies of the oath that were handed out to you. The one on the little heavier, nicer bond paper is for your records. And then I would like the other copy back for the county's files. Also some housekeeping. There should be a committee preference sheet on your desks already or available. If not, we will have additional sheets up here if you did not find that. The incoming leadership asks that you fill that out and return that back up to us this evening. That helps them make those committee assignments. And then we can, once you have your leadership and after tonight's meeting, they will make that determination on who's on the various committees so we can get a report drafted for information at the next county board meeting, but also share that information with all of the county departments and the team that works with the various standing committees of the board. And with that, now that we have everyone seated and officially in office, our first order of business tonight is to elect your leadership. We will start with the election of the chairman. Are there any nominations for the office of county board chairman? Supervisor Trottier?
Thank you, County Clerk. Good evening, Racine County. Thank you to all friends, families, constituents for being in the chambers tonight and those watching on YouTube. A congratulation goes out to the 21 supervisors being sworn in this evening. It's great to be an elected official, isn't it? Big smile. My name is Don Trottier, elected to my 5th term, representing the 12th District of Mount Pleasant. Tonight, I'm taking the opportunity to nominate our next county board chairperson. The position is for 2 years, a leadership position needing strong moral character, wise decision-making, and a commitment for the good of Racine County. This individual that I'm nominating was first elected in 1995 as the Norway Town Treasurer, then became the town administrator of Norway in 2005. In 2018, was elected a county board supervisor for District 13. As chairman of our county board the last 2 years, April of 2024 through April of 2026, he also served on the county ambassador program and the transportation steering committee. This position demonstrates great communication skills, honesty, and a great communicator, and a tremendous public servant with an open door policy. Over the last 24 months, the chairman has guided our board on some major improvements for our county. What are these improvements? The reconstruction of Reed Point Marina, a soon-to-be state-of-the-art 911 system, a new patrol public safety station, a mental health facility. These investments will position our county for growth, safety, and development in the 21st century. Therefore, it is with confidence and satisfaction that I nominate Tom Kramer to be our next chairperson of Racine County Board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations from the floor for the office of county board chairman? Supervisor Miller, I believe I have to ask this 3 times. Are there any other nominations from the floor for the office of county board chairman? And one more time, are there any other nominations from the floor for the office of county board chairman? Seeing none, do I hear a motion to close the nominations and unanimously elect Thomas Kramer as the county board chairman?
I so move.
All in favor, signify. Any opposed? That motion carries unanimously. Now we will move on to the nominations for the office of County Board Vice Chairman. Are there any nominations from the floor?
Madam Chair.
Supervisor Wishaw.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to nominate Supervisor Rossi for the office of Vice Chair. And I'd like to briefly explain why I nominated Supervisor Rossi for the role of Vice Chair. This position requires someone who approaches the work with preparation, consistency, and a clear understanding of the issues before us. In my experience, he brings that level of focus and discipline to every matter that comes before this board. He takes the time to understand our financial structure, our long-term obligations, and the operational challenges that shape our decisions. He evaluates issues based on the facts, not on past disagreements, and he works towards practical, workable solutions. That steady, objective approach is what I believe this role requires. I also want to be clear that this is not personal towards the current vice chair. I respect the work that has been done. I simply believe that at this point in time, we need to move in a different direction to meet the expectations placed on this board and to support the chairman, the county executive, and our staff with the level of consistency and accountability the public expects. And that is the basis for my nomination. Thank you.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Thank you. Are there any other Supervisor Miller?
I like to take the option to stand up here because then I can see this half of the board as well as this half of the board. Madam Chairman and honorable members of the county board, we are fortunate that Chairman Kramer has agreed to serve as our chairman again. His leadership has been steady, respectful of this board, and committed to our citizens. His over 32 years in local government in various positions is immensely helpful in producing good outcomes for us all. We are also fortunate that his partner this last term, Vice Chair Meyer, is also interested in continuing to serve us. A couple of weeks before the spring election, I reached out to Vice Chair Meyer and asked if he was considering seeking another term as our vice chair. I was pleased to learn that he was interested, and I am proud to nominate him for the office of vice chair. It is good to keep a good team together, serving our constituents and helping us. I say this without any disrespect for Supervisor Rossi, because I respect him as well, and we have many discussions about county business for which I'm grateful. I reached out to Scott Meyer because I have watched and respected his work on this board for a long time. He takes our work seriously. He does his homework. He listens to and considers different viewpoints. His list of experience on the county board is substantial. He has served on many of our well-known committees: Public Works, Finance, Government Services, Health and Human Development, and Executive. He's also done a lot of extra work over the years, serving on the Ethics Committee, our Board of Health, our Opioid Advisory Council, our ARPA Advisory Committee, our Youth Justice Advisory Committee, and for Chairman Kramer, the Gateway Technical College Board Appointment Committee. This is a breadth of service that is unique and very valuable. It enables him to see the big picture on many issues in a way that only this experience can bring. Scott has also connected with the Wisconsin Counties Association regularly, bringing good ideas from across the state to our attention. Scott is really the classic local government servant. He has no agenda to push except to provide great services at a reasonable cost. He knows the pulse of our citizens, and his constituents know they can always find him and give him input at Union Grove Lumber, at the county fair, at his church, or on the phone. His style is not flashy. His demeanor is calm, humble, and approachable, all of which has earned him the respect and trust of myself and the entire county board. As we gather to do the people's business 2 or more times a month, we work in a room named for a very hardworking, successful, and memorable member of this body, Peter L. Hansen, a man with a long, distinguished, and respected record on this county board. It is important to know, as we decide who will be our vice chair for the next 2 years, that as Peter Hansen planned his retirement from this board, the first and only person he reached out to as a possible successor was our recent and hopefully continuing vice chair, Scott Meyer.
Is there a second to that nomination? Before we have the county board vote by secret ballot, I will first invite Supervisor Rossi, followed by Supervisor Meyer, to come to the front podium, and you will each have up to 5 minutes to make your presentation to your colleagues as to why you should hold the position of vice chair. Supervisor Rossi, you were nominated first. We will start with you.
Thank you, everyone. I prepared a little bit of a statement, and I rewrote this several times, so I'm gonna have to focus so that I don't get mixed up in which version I'm on. My colleagues, thank you. Before I say anything else, I want to acknowledge that this role has been held capably, and the question of who serves as vice chair for the next 2 years is not a judgment on the person who has held it. It is a question about what this board needs next. For those who I have not had a chance to speak with individually, I wrote to many of you earlier asking for your consideration as vice chairman. I want to take a few minutes to explain what informs that request. My approach to public service began in the village of Elmwood Park, where I served 1 term as trustee and 2 terms as village president. I inherited an active lawsuit, a set of closed door land sale negotiations that I had not been part of. The lawsuit was settled immediately through mediation in favor of the village. Then I brought the land sale negotiations into the light of our board, and after they decided the result, my team turned that property into a revenue stream that now rivals the entire tax levy of the village of Elmwood Park. By the end of my time there, the village was putting roughly 10% of its revenues into reserves and had a 10-year road repaving program in place for every street that we governed. Alongside that public service, I spent my career as the owner of a family business where reading contracts, managing budgets, and planning for the long term is my job. This experience shapes how much or how I approach every number and every commitment that comes before this board. I bring that same drive here. On this board, I've helped draft the large project reporting policy, authored the new county meeting streaming ordinance. I have built financial models of our sales tax, debt service, and levy. Because I want to understand the obligations we are committing to our constituents to over the long term. I've spoken against using opioid settlement funds for day-to-day operations so that we do not generate another fiscal cliff. I've attended finance and human resource meetings regularly, even though I'm not a member. If you elect me to this role, I will serve all of you the way I've served the communities and colleagues I've worked alongside before, as stewards of this board's work. Between my service here, my 2 terms as village president, and my experience as a business owner, I believe my skill set will be a real benefit to this board and to Racine County. One concrete idea I would like to bring forward is more informational sessions where supervisors can engage on policy and county goals before items come to a vote, because early engagement is how this board makes its strongest decisions. In closing, I am asking for your support, and if you allow me this seat, I will work to be worthy of it every day of the next 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I invite Supervisor Meyer to the podium. And again, you may have up to 5 minutes to address your colleagues.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow supervisors. I ask you for your support tonight as we vote for our next vice chair. Serving in this role over the past 2 years has been a rewarding experience, and we look ahead as we are also aware of the significant challenges before us: the 911 infrastructure, the radio communications, law enforcement center, new mental health facility, and additional phases to the marina, just to name a few. We will soon be facing the next budget cycle, along with challenges and opportunities that we may not have yet on our radar. In addition to serving as your vice chair, I've had the opportunity to gain extensive experience on this board, including leadership roles in Health and Human Development Committee, several years on the Finance Committee, Public Works, and I also serve on the Racine County Board of Health. These roles have given me an in-depth understanding of the county needs, community challenges, and the importance of responsible financial stewardship. Beyond my work on the board, I've tried to stay engaged in volunteering and supporting many nonprofit and business-related events as a dedicated community leader. Those experiences have reinforced me for the work that we do here is connected to a much larger network of people and organizations, all working together to strengthen Racine County. As a business owner, I approach this role with a balanced and pragmatic mindset. I focus on accountability, efficiency, making decisions that are sustainable. It is by working collaboratively that we may find new, effective, cost-saving approaches to stretch our resources in the year ahead. Returning board members, alongside our new but very experienced new colleagues, we can move forward productively and collaboratively. I will continue to support this board by building relationships, working behind the scenes, and supporting our chair. As always, I will approach the decisions with a steady, even temperament, considering issues objectively and acting with honesty and integrity. While I'm a reserved individual, that doesn't make me less of an effective leader. As the county executive had said, we can do better, both individually and together as a board and a county. I believe that we are all committed to that same goal, but just have a different approach. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you as your vice chair. I look forward to continuing the work alongside each of you in this capacity as we move forward. Thank you.
I neglected to inquire if there were any further nominations besides the 2 that we've had so far. I don't believe I have to say it 3 times as our parliamentarian. Are there any further nominations from the floor for the office of vice chairman? Are there any further nominations for the office of vice chairman? Are there any further nominations for the office of vice chairman? Hearing none, I request a motion to close the nominations. Okay, now all of you should already have a sort of pale blue Post-it note that was handed out by Liz, our deputy clerk. if you could write down your selection, we will come by and have you drop them in our very, very old court collection box. And then we will tally those votes. So Liz will come around with that in a moment. Supervisor Coleman, as you are attending virtually, we are going to ask that you text your selection either to myself. I did send you a text earlier with my contact information, or you could send your text to the deputy clerk, and then we will confirm that.
Madam Chairman, just for a bit of trivia, perhaps the Corp Counsel could explain why we are allowed a secret ballot on this proceeding.
Sure, thank you. So this is really the only instance under state law, it's Wisconsin State Statute 19.88 sub 1, that allows for secret ballots to be used. It specifically disallows secret ballots for all measures except for elections of the officers of the governmental body.
Wendy?
Yes, Supervisor Coleman, we did get your
Okay, all
choice.
right, all right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, by a vote of 13 to 8, so we do have all 21 votes accounted for. Supervisor Meyer will be the next vice chairman of the county board. And with that, I will invite our newly elected chairman and vice chairman to take their seats up here at the desk, and I will jump back down by my computer.
First of all, I'd like to say it's an honor to serve as your county board chairman. So we can continue on with this meeting because a few of our supervisors have to go to organizational meetings at the city and villages. Item number 6 is the public comment pursuant to sections 2-71 of the Racine County Code of Ordinances. Each speaker shall be allotted a maximum of 3 minutes. Do we have any public comments? Speak, come on, you state your name and address. And Vice Chairman will be keeping track of the time. Name and address, please, yes.
Okay, my name is Robert Erd. I live at 1238 Kingston Avenue in Racine. I just want to say a few words about the vice chair spot that's being voted on today. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, County Clerk, Ms. Christensen, and the county board members for this opportunity. You know, over the past few months, I've attended a few of these board meetings, and I've witnessed firsthand the qualities that Supervisor Rossi displays. He displays an outstanding choice for the county board vice chair, I believe. His approach is thoughtful, it's well prepared, and it's grounded in genuine commitment and accountability. Throughout these meetings, I've observed Supervisor Rossi. He consistently demonstrates a willingness, to ask hard questions. These questions help clarify priorities, they protect taxpayer resources, and they ensure that decisions are made with both transparency and care. Supervisor Rossi listens carefully, he reviews information thoroughly, and he engages constructively, contributing to stronger outcomes for the entire community. Equally important, Supervisor Rossi's record reflects a strong commitment to fiscal responsibility. He brings a steady focus and strengthening to the county's financial position. He emphasizes prudent planning and responsible oversight. That consistency really matters, especially when communities need the leadership that understands the long-term impact of today's decisions. So in closing, I believe Supervisor Rossi is a community-minded leader known for thoughtful participation and careful preparation, and a dedication to asking the tough questions when it counts. His focus and accountability on responsible budgeting aligns with the leadership that our county needs now and in the years ahead. I'd like to thank you all, for this opportunity and all the work that everyone does to make our county a great place to live and a good place to do business. Thank you.
Are there any further comments? Seeing none, I'll go on to item number 7. Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting, which is automatically waived unless requested by a majority of the members present. Seeing none. Item number 8, resolutions and ordinances referred to committee.
There are none.
Item number 9, introduction of resolutions and ordinance for first reading and referral.
There are none.
Communications and claims.
Number 1, amended order regarding the determination of the adequacy of warning devices and the exemption of 9 public crossings of the Union Pacific Railroad Company tracks in multiple counties, and for a determination of the adequacy of warning devices of the Union Pacific Railroad Company tracks with US Highway 14 in the city of Janesville, Rock County, from the Office of the Commissioner of Railroads. Number 2, notice of pending application and public hearing for wetland disturbance located in Section 19, Township 3, Range 22 East, Village of Mount Pleasant, Racine County, from the State of Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources.
Items number 1 and 2 refer to the Economic Development and Land Use Planning Committee.
Item number 3 is a claim against the county, and items number 4 through 14 are notifications from the United States Bankruptcy Court.
Items number 3 through 14 are referred to the Finance and Human Resources Committee and Corporation Council.
Any requests for any copies? Supervisor Caprellian. Supervisor Trotter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Numbers 2 and 3.
Supervisor Osterman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 2, please.
Supervisor Horth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 1 and 2, please.
Supervisor McReynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Copies of 1, 2, and 3.
Supervisor Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like copies of 1 and 3, please.
Vice Chair.
1 and 3, please.
And the chairman will ask for 3.
Chair.
Supervisor Wishaw.
Thank you. Copies of 1, 2, and 3.
Any further questions? Any further requests?
Chairman,
Yes, Supervisor Coleman.
just 1 and 3.
Last call. Communications from the county executive.
Report number 2026-1 by County Executive making reappointments to the Racine Zoological Society Board of Directors.
Refer that to Public Works.
Report number 2026-2 by County Executive making a reappointment to the Grand Public Library Board of Trustees.
Refer that to the Executive Committee.
Report number 2026-3 by County Executive making a reappointment to the Eagle Lake Management District Board.
Refer that to Public Works.
Report number 2026-4 by County Executive making a reappointment to the Western Racine County Sewerage District Commission.
Refer that to Public Works.
Report number 2026-5 by County Executive making a reappointment to the Zoning Board of Adjustment.
Economic Development Land Use.
And report number 2026-6 by County Executive making an appointment to the Zoning Board of Adjustment.
And that's also Economic Development Land Use. Item number 12, Standing Committee Reports containing recommendations, items referred.
There are no reports.
Second reading of resolutions and ordinances.
There are none on tonight's agenda.
Reconsideration of resolutions and ordinances from previous meetings and or action on vetoes.
There are no items.
Reconsideration of and or notice of intent to reconsider or resolutions and ordinances.
There is no notice.
Informational reports.
None on tonight's agenda.
Miscellaneous business announcements and oral reports. If you could introduce yourself, Supervisor. Yes.
Good evening, I'm Tom Wilson. I'm the Delaware President of the State Assembly, and I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. Supervisor Osterman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Monty Osterman, north side of Racine, District 3, new representative, old representative also, but has spent a decade on this board. And after coming off of that, stayed on the Land and Water Conservation Committee, working at local, state, and federal level. I'd like to thank my family and friends for coming. I introduced my daughter and son-in-law and our kids. It looks like they've gone out to do something. The 2 little redheads, my oldest, oh, there they are. There. My wife, Mary, with their granddaughter, Peyton, and grandson, Alan, with Justin and Emily. And my oldest son is here, Jim. My father is here, Marine Corps veteran. Give him a hand for that. And all of our friends are here too, many of them. So thank you guys very much for welcoming them, and I am looking very forward to another term here on this board.
Supervisor Spencer.
Thank you. I am here because I want you all to know about a local author showcase coming up at the Racine Public Library. I'm not filling in for our former District 1 supervisor, but what they're featuring, I think, 37 authors, and one of them is our Pastor Melvin Hargrove, who has recently written a book, and he will be there. And another author featured is my mother, who has written 8 books of her memoirs. So that's kind of cool. And that is Saturday, April 25th from 10 to 4. So I'm going to go right away after the by county
meeting.
meeting that we have on Saturday. Everyone wants to see it. Thank you.
Any further? All right, don't forget the returning supervisors, there's a security training due by the end of the month. And also Saturday, we've got a bike county meeting at Wingspread.
And happy birthday to Supervisor Kelly.
And happy birthday, Supervisor Kelly. We are adjourned. Oh, don't forget to turn your sheets in.